Willie D Live.
What's up, family? 16-year-old Carmelo Anthony murdered 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet in Frisco, Texas. Since then, Carmelo has had his name and likeness dragged all over the internet. There are some people who are calling for his execution. Yeah, they want him dead. Say he need to go to jail for the rest of his life. Give me a thumbs up, fam, if you're one of those people. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, I think they're going too far with that. I need to hear all the story. I need to hear the whole story. It's amazing how they do that, because a lot of times when stuff like this happens, people will say, I need to wait to hear all of the facts first. I need to hear the whole story. I want to hear the whole story. Wait till the evidence comes out. That's what they say. Wait until the evidence comes out. The media has been complicit in dragging Carmelo Anthony's name and likeness. Also, the media, mainstream media in particular, has been on his head. Independent media, not so much. I mean, independent black media, not so much. Everybody else pretty much is on his head, right? It's amazing how that works. Damn, boy, it'd be black against everybody. But anyway, fam, what they're not saying, well, let me say what they're saying first. They're saying that Carmelo is a thug. What was he doing at a track meet with a knife? He was raised by some bad parents. You know, what kind of a parent raises a child like that? You know, they was just saying a lot of bad things about him. What they're not saying is Carmelo Anthony saved a kid's life a few years ago who was drowning in a swimming pool. They're not saying that Carmelo had a 4.0 GPA. They are not saying that Carmelo was the type of kid, by all accounts of the people who knew him, who would help an elderly neighbor with their groceries. Carmelo was the type of student who would finish his work and then stay after class to help another student. They say Carmelo was a good kid by all accounts. No tripping whatsoever. Great attitude. So how does a kid go from being a good kid, a 4.0 GPA student, to murder? Pressure. Pressure. You know, pressure busts a pipe. We see it a lot in these schools. Now, word on the street is Austin was a bully. That's what they're not saying. They're not talking about that. Word on the street is Austin, who has a twin brother, tried to jump Carmelo with his twin brother. The twins tried to jump Carmelo. That's what they're not saying. They're not telling people the whole story. All they're saying is Carmelo was sitting under a tent and Austin asked him to move. He wouldn't move, and he dared Austin to touch him, which Austin did touch him, but then Austin went further and tried to remove him from the spot that he was sitting in, and that's when Carmelo stuck him in the chest with a knife and ended his life. It is absolutely amazing. And this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, fam. I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't such biased coverage out there, I probably wouldn't even speak on this case the way that I'm speaking. But because I know that the bias exists, then I'm here to level the playing field. That's right, I said it. I'm here to level the playing field because I know that a lot of people who are against Carmelo, who are talking about him and calling him everything but a child of God, they have grace when the shoe is on the other foot. They are trying to come up with excuses on why a kid would do what he did, right? They have grace. It is amazing how they can do that, how they can just turn it on like that and just give grace. But then, boy, let it be a black kid and they have no grace whatsoever. When a black kid gets killed, it's, well, what did he do? What did he do to deserve it? Everybody's trying to find an excuse why he deserved to die. When it happens to anybody else, especially a white kid, they want to know what happened. What happened? You know? Well, what does the evidence say? They want to know. They were saying that Carmelo came from a bad home environment. Well, Carmelo come from a two-parent household. His parents been married for 17 years. They got 4 kids together. You know, ain't no baby daddies, baby mamas, or none of that. You know, middle-class family living in Frisco, living the, I guess, the American dream, you know. From all accounts, they raised an upstanding kid until this moment. What I want to know is, where's the grace? I'm just saying, I can get it. You're not giving grace. Grace, you don't give grace in this type of situation because he killed this kid. He brought a knife to a track meet. You know, he don't get no grace. He deserves whatever he gets. I hear what you're saying, but I gotta hold you accountable for your double standards because I know you. I know you have different takes when it's a different race. See? Carmelo Anthony was not broken, and he did not come from a broken home. By all accounts, he was a good, respectable kid. Now, usually, when y'all hear about some kid being good and respectable, and next thing you know, they get in a situation where they have to harm somebody because they were being bullied, usually y'all have grace. So what's the difference this time? That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not even saying that he don't deserve some punishment. I'm just saying, what's the difference? What's the difference? Also, there are reports that Austin actually punched Carmelo. Now, if that was your child, would you want your child to allow themselves to just get beat down? Or would you want them to defend themselves by any means necessary? No more talk.